come with me with Tava, no place is too far. Come with me with Tava, no place is too far to go. We can take you around the world. Catch this flight with me with Tava, no place is too far to go. New places, new faces, yeah, new zip codes. New money, NFTs and plus crypto. Only care cash no more. Digital currency on me. Overseas we back and forth. Round trips all aboard, baby. There's room at the top. We'll save a spot for you. Can't no one limit us, so you should come with me with Tava, no place is too far. Come with me with Tava, no place is too far to go. We can take you around the world. Catch this flight with me with Tava, no place is too far to go.
All right, man, welcome everybody to our Thursday night live travel presentation. And this is actually our third presentation. Man, we loving the travel. I see people are logging on. I see Janet Reese. I see, who else do I see there? Shanae Lee. I see Gabriel Lee. Wow, Aaron Sanders. I see Valerie Davidson. Krishan Peace that are logging in. So we're going to get started here. Let me say this too right quick. I'm Tony Fleming. And look, we are also live on YouTube. So you can go to Tava Lifestyle HQ YouTube page. Tava Lifestyle HQ YouTube. Because, you know, you got some young kids who are not on Facebook. They think Facebook is old. So send them to YouTube. You can share it from YouTube. Or you got some people who just not on Facebook, period, but they're on YouTube. So you can go live right now, Tava Lifestyle HQ YouTube page. All right. So, all right, it's my honor and privilege to introduce our speaker tonight, Mr. James Pruitt. This guy is documented. His wife is documented, Marcia. They've been in the travel business for years, 7-figure income earners. And I'm going to let them tell their story, but, you know, we want to bring them on up now. And we're excited about our travel, man. So I'm going to turn it over to you, sir. It's all yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Excited to be here before you tonight, folks. Once again, we have an opportunity to visit with our esteemed associates as well as our executives, and we are delighted that you've chose to join us today. And if you've been invited here by any of our executives or our associates, I want to welcome all of our VIP guests to this broadcast this evening. I want to begin by asking you just to imagine that you were able to charter a private plane and go to the island of Tahiti or Fiji or Bora Bora and stay in one of those over-the-water bungalows with the glass floor, you and somebody special, and you're literally sitting back enjoying a cool, refreshing drink and spending time together, and you can literally see through the floor and see the marine life and the fish swimming beneath your toes. And each meal, they canoe out your meals to you and just watching the sunrise and the sunset. Isn't that like a dream vacation? Think about that, folks. I want you to imagine another dream vacation. What if it was a bucket list vacation that you took and you actually had a chance to go see one of the wonders of the world, maybe the Great Wall of China? You know, they can actually see the Great Wall of China from the moon. That's how monstrosity this, how gigantic this structure is. We had a chance to visit there ourselves, and it is absolutely breathtaking, folks. And I really mean that. Or maybe you'd like to just gather your family together and get a private bungalow villa right there on the beach of Jamaica with a 6-bedroom estate villa, if you will, right there on the beach. You had a maid come each and every day and a chef right there to prepare your meals and massages every other day. You see, folks, I want you to imagine those dream type vacations. As a matter of fact, instead of just imagining a little bit of vacations in your life, I'd like you to consider a lifestyle of vacations. Well, before I go any further, I want to just take about 30 seconds or so and just give you a snapshot, a little bit about my personal background. My wife and I really, our path is pretty much like a lot of folks. Grew up traditional, going to school, getting good grades, getting good jobs, had great careers in corporate America, leading a happy, productive lifestyle. And after we started a family, we just didn't have the time to spend with our family that we wanted to. So whether you're looking for additional income or additional free time, this industry really can provide that for you. Folks, we were introduced to the industry of working from home in the travel and vacation industry, something that's fun and exciting. And let me tell you, we had no idea what we were doing. We had really good coaches and teachers and mentors that grabbed us by the hand and walked us step by step toward our goals. First thing we saw was checks with commas in it, and then able to retire from our 9 to 5, sitting in traffic, going and coming, and being able to just work from home and spend that quality time with our family and be able to watch our annual income become our monthly income. Folks, it was absolutely incredible. But let me tell you something, and I really mean this. I want you to think about this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to share with you how you can have an opportunity just like I just described. You see, we caught a market shift. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to share with you what I consider a world premiere that's taking place right now. Can you bring up the slides, please? Now, here's what I want you to do. As I go through this and start talking about some of the details and breaking this down for you, if you see something that you like, what I would like for you to do is to text the person that's sharing this with you and let them know that you like what you see. And the reason I say to do that, folks, is because timing is very, very important. So if you like what it is that you see, text the person that invited you, tell them, I like this. Now, you may like it for what it can do for you personally, or maybe you have a friend or two that might like this. Either way, it can be a benefit for you. So I'm going to mention that a couple times throughout this, but what I want to talk to you about at the very beginning here is catching something at the right time, being in the right place at the right time. Have you that ever happened to you? Just think about this. Sometimes a market shift happens right before our eyes and we don't realize it's taking place, so we can capitalize on that. This happened to us back right at the end of 9/11. You see, everything had contracted travel-wise right at 9/11. But as it eased up, man, it was a huge travel explosion. We were able to catch that market shift and our business just exploded. Folks, I see the same thing happening right now, the same magnitude of a market shift taking place right here now before our eyes. You see, we've all seen the contraction of travel over the last couple of years during the pandemic and all. Well, that's starting to relax now and ease up. And let me tell you, the bookings are already pouring in. Travel bookings are up 600%, folks. All those delayed anniversary trips and honeymoons and vacations and getaways, people are booking them now. Folks, there is a coming travel explosion happening right before our eyes, and we're right at the very beginning of it. Why is this important? Because you can capitalize on that. And just to kind of show you what I mean, let me just take you back through the evolution of travel. Do you remember once upon a time, travel shifted away from traditional travel agents, moving to the internet? People were able to go online and book their travel. This gave rise next to what we call home-based referring travel agents. Now, what that meant is people were able to go online and book travel for themselves and others. And for doing so successfully, they were able to achieve a card. And with this card, it gave them the ability to travel as an insider at lower prices than the general public. Next slide. Well, over time, the more and more people stopped caring about booking travel for other people, and they just started caring about getting those discounts. Traveling as an insider, wholesale travel became popular. And let me tell you what I mean when I say wholesale travel, so you really understand the concept. You see, all those television commercials that you see on TV that are advertising book your travel here. We see all of those different websites, right? Where all of those are what's called retail website. What they do is they take the actual travel product and they add a retail markup. So whether you're checking this price and that price and this price, it doesn't matter. All of them have a retail markup in it. So you're paying the retail price. So the wholesale model, next slide, what it is, it allows you to book your travel at the wholesale rate and not pay that retail markup. But up until now, folks, that's only been offered on a subscription model. Now, I want to tell you about this. The subscription model means that you have to pay an upfront fee in order to have access to this type of wholesale booking. And then you have to pay a monthly fee to maintain access to this wholesale booking. Don't get me wrong. The wholesale prices are simply outstanding. You're able to save hundreds, even thousands of dollars off of hotels and resorts all over the world. It really is good. But it began to become a challenge, the subscription model. Next, and here's what I mean. Over time, after 3 or 4 months, 4 or 5 months, after people have been paying that monthly fee and they haven't gone anywhere, they start asking themselves, why am I paying this fee to get access to discount booking when I haven't used it? Then they start doing the math. Well, if I pay every month for a year, plus what it costs me to join, are the savings really worth it? Is it really a value? Well, folks, we've got the solution to that. How to give you everything that you want and remove the things you don't want. Next, what we're talking about is how you could just simply secure your savings. Imagine that. If you could secure your savings was there when you wanted. No monthly fee to secure the savings, no big startup costs up front to secure your savings. You just got the savings that you want. It was totally up to you. Think about how fantastic that would be, folks. This is a true world premiere because it doesn't exist anywhere on the planet that I'm aware of. Folks, you're hearing about it first at the beginning, at the top of this incredible market shift. Next, let me tell you what I mean. So we're talking about hotels and resorts all over the world, over 800,000 of them, all the same brands that you're familiar with, folks. Think about this. It's the exact same thing at the exact same place at the exact same time with the exact same experience, the same sun, the same moonlight, the same sand, the same ambiance, the same wind through your hair, the same sun on your face, the same breeze, the same everything, but not the same price. How about that? Next. So here's what's really fantastic. Imagine that you went to a website, you logged in, and up popped your booking engine. And it looked just like this. And up at the right-hand corner was the amount of savings that you had secured. Let's say that you secured $1,000 of savings. Think about that. $1,000 of savings there when you want it. You don't have to pay every month for it. Nope. The savings is already secured. It's just waiting for you. Next. So here's how that works, and I want to describe it for you. So here's what I did. So I went in and typed in my birth date. I typed in someplace it'd be fun to go, someplace like Cancun, and up popped all of these hotels and resorts all over the world. The exact same brands I'm used to, all inclusives. They're all right there. So look at this. The very first one you see, it says all inclusive. That means all that you can eat, all that you can drink, and it says 45% savings, folks. That's $1,000 in savings for 5 days, 4 nights. Now, keep in mind, the experience in the hotel is the same. The other people there, they paid full price, but not you, because you've secured your savings, folks. It just makes sense. Look at the second one. 40% savings. No, can you go back? 40% savings on the second one. This is $980 worth of savings, 5 days, 4 nights. Let me ask you something. What if $1,000 of savings, what if that only cost you $100? Do you think it's worth it to pay $100 to save $980? Think about that. I know the answer is pretty obvious. Look at the third one there. That says all-inclusive Cancun as well, 37% savings, $900 and change. Again, I got to ask you, Do you think it makes sense to pay $100 to save $900 in change? Well, let me ask you a different way. Do you think it makes sense to go there to Cancun to an all-you-can-eat, all-you-can-drink, 5-star resort, and you had $900 in change in your pocket? This is incredible, isn't it? Next slide. So instead of choosing someplace out of the country, I just typed in Houston, Texas. What a great place. So you see here the Hyatt, the Marriott, all the intercontinental places that you're used to. Let me explain how this works. You see up there in the right-hand corner, it says $1,000 in savings, right? Well, if you look there, you'll see the savings there, $379 of savings. So over to the right, it says after you use those savings, you have $620 of savings left. See, the more you use it, the more it deducts from that amount. Folks, let me tell you something. You can already tell that $1,000 of savings goes quite fast. But folks, this is absolutely monumental because it gives you what you want and eliminates what you don't want. But let me ask you this. Do you think it'd be good, next slide, for you to have, well, let me ask you this. Do you think it'd be good for you to have $1,000 in savings and it only cost you $100? What about if you had $300 it cost you, but you got $3,000 of savings plus an extra $300 in savings absolutely free? Just add it on. Well, the most popular of all of these packages, folks, is our Passport to Freedom, because that gives you $6,300 in savings. Well, let me back up and explain how that works. The package itself costs $500. You get $5,000 of savings, but they give you $1,300 in savings. In addition to that, that's more than a traveler's advantage. Folks, they just add that to it for free. So it doesn't matter which package you choose. What is important is that you secure your savings first right now for when you want to use this. Now, if this makes sense to you to do so with no startup cost to do so, no monthly fee, you're just securing your own savings. If this makes sense, you may want to send that text message to the person that invited you here and let them know that you like what you see. Because later on, I'm going to tell you how whoever sends that message first could be positioned in a preferable position that could be pretty lucrative when I explain the second half of our presentation. Hit the next slide. So doesn't it make sense, folks, to that you don't have to pay for a monthly fee for travel discounts if you're not traveling? Doesn't it make sense to have your savings there when you want it? Doesn't it make sense you can use it over and over and over as much as you like? The more you use, the more you save. Next slide. Doesn't it make sense to have a lowest price difference guarantee of over 800,000 hotels and resorts, up to 65% off, folks? It simply makes sense. Now, let me just say this. If you walked up to the counter to pay your bill and they told you that you had 40% off, 30% off, 60% off, 15% off, wouldn't you appreciate that? You see, you can make sure that happens by securing your savings right now. Next slide. Well, folks, what we've talked about thus far is how securing your savings can benefit you personally. So if you think it makes sense to pay less for the same thing, if you think it makes sense to have your savings already secured, that's there whenever you want it, if you think this makes sense for you, send that text message to whoever invited you here and let them know I'm in. Now, if you think you might know some other people that might like this as well, folks, this could be something that could pay you really well. Well, let me ask you this. Would you mind receiving a check every week? Can you imagine getting a check, having income with your name on it, simply because you directed someone to a broadcast like this, or you pointed somebody to where they can see the information, or you whisper to them where they can go and check it out? Just by doing that, things we do every day, this could turn into a powerful, powerful income stream for you. As a matter of fact, 5 powerful income streams. Here's the first one. The first one is our retail structure for customers. This pretty much says it all, folks. And there you see the suggested prices along with the retail profit. But what I like the most is the next slide. This very next slide talks about, and I want to make sure you understand how this works. So I told you about the Traveler's Advantage package. I talked to you about the first class savings package. I talked to you about the Passport to Freedom savings package. These are savings packages that once you secure, they're ready for you. Let me just elaborate a little bit. That Traveler's Advantage savings package, that's $1,000 of savings, real money in your pocket, in your purse, in your bank account, for only $100. Now, if you were to appoint somebody that got one of those or whisper to someone where they can check this out, and they did that, you'd receive $20 right away. Now, take a look at the first class savings. This is going to give you $3,000 worth of savings plus an extra $300 bonus savings for that first class package. And if you were to whisper to somebody, point to where they can find this information out, they liked it and they secured their savings, folks, you're going to make $100. Think about this. The Passport to Freedom is without a doubt our most value for the buck. Only $500 gets you $5,000 worth of savings, plus an extra $1,300 in bonus savings if you choose this package to start with. They just give it to you. Folks, that pays you $200. Now think about this. If you had 10 people that selected that first class package, well, 10 times 100 is 1,000. Would you mind cashing a check with $1,000 for pointing this to 10 folks, how they could secure their savings and pay less when they wanted to use it? Okay. What if 20 people came aboard that you referred over time, and that came aboard at the Passport to Freedom, or 20 times 200, folks? That's $4,000. Not bad for just referring somebody on how they can pay less for the same thing. Folks, there's no limit to how many people you can refer this to over and over and over again. Imagine referring this to 100 people that came aboard that Passport to Freedom. How about 1,000? Do you know what 1,000 times 200 is? Next slide. Folks, let me tell you something. See, the beautiful part about this explosive compensation plan I'm telling you about is how you're able to get paid not just off your own efforts, but off the efforts of others. See, simply by referring one friend to the left and one friend to the right, that puts you in the position to do just that. See, I'm describing a binary compensation plan. Well, that's a technical term. I call it a dual team. Dual team means you're simply going to be referring and helping others to grow in two teams, one on your left and one on your right. It's just that simple. But here's the beauty of it. Think about this. You secured your savings. Now you have a mind for business. You don't mind getting paid every single week. You know a couple of friends that wouldn't mind the same things. You referred one friend on your right, got started just like you. One on your left that got started just like you. Think about it. If you came aboard the Passport to Freedom package and you got the most value, you have them do the same, them do the same. You just made $400 quick start, but it doesn't end there. That's just the beginning. Once they begin to do the same thing and you continue to do the same thing, folks, you're now building what's called team pay. This is where you get paid off of your efforts and the efforts of others. See, when I was in my old traditional jobs, if I didn't show up, I didn't get paid. Well, here you get paid off of your efforts and the efforts of others. You see, when team is earning, this is great. What I like most about this, folks, think about this. This maxes out at $50,000 a week. That's $200,000 a month. Now, it may take you a while to get there, but isn't that a nice goal? Because you're helping others and you're helping yourself. Folks, this is a powerful, powerful stream of income. Once again, $50,000 per week, $200,000 a month in this team pay. Now, how can it get better than this? You got retail commissions coming in. You got quick start coming in with no limit of how many you can refer. You've got your dual team commissions coming in, earning off of your efforts and the efforts of others to the tune of up to $50,000 a week, $200,000 a month. How can it get better than that? Take a look at this next slide. Well, as you're earning and you're building and you're getting that team pay, if you refer to somebody else, you get a chance to qualify to match their pay. So as they're earning, you're matching it. And if this gets really good to you, whoever they start to refer, you can match their pay too. So you got the two matches going on. This might sound small, folks, but let me ask you right now, when they pass out checks where you work, do you match anybody else's pay? If everybody you refer to get a job there, when they got their check, you got some of it, even though all you did was refer them one time. See, this becomes pretty powerful. These streams of income I'm telling you about, now keep in mind, They might seem like, oh, yeah, I've heard about that before. You haven't heard about this before. This is fun. It's exciting. There's no gotchas. It's exactly what people want to do when they want to do it. It just makes all the sense in the world. And if you like it, you know other people that'll like it. And as they begin to do the same thing, folks, this turns into a powerful, powerful income stream for you. And as you're benefiting from it, really, you're kind of blessing other people as well. That's how I look at it. You're helping other people improve the lifestyle of their family. And as they begin to do the same, well, you're matching that income. Folks, everybody wins. It's a win-win situation. So we talked about all these streams of income. How can it get any better? Well, I'll tell you what. Now you've got to choose, next slide, between a white Porsche or a white Tesla. Which would you choose? See, there is no bad choice here. See, here's what I like. Just because you were able to see an opportunity for you to have an e-commerce business where you're earning from home, to where you're able to earn and save in the largest industry in the world, $8.1 trillion a year is how big the travel industry is. How about if you just got the 0.1? That's how big that is. It's a huge number. And as it's fun, it's exciting. And here's what's great. You don't have to teach people to talk about it. See, when people take a vacation and have a really good time, I mean, our founders just got back from a vacation where they saved serious money, but all they're going to remember are the good times and the memories that they have. See, when you go take a vacation and have a good time, you take somebody special and take your family and do some great things, take pictures, it's hard not to come home and not tell everybody. You're excited about telling folks where you went, how it was. And when you say, man, we were able to get that and save 40, 30, 20, 10, 15, 65, whatever it is. People say, well, how did you do that? And guess what? I can't wait to share that with you. That's the beauty of what we're talking about. Next slide, please. So here's what I want you to think about. How much savings would you like? A little bit of savings? Traveler's Advantage Pack, pay $100 to get $1,000. Send that text message, y'all. A little more savings? First class savings, $3,300 for 10% of the cost, only $300 for that. Or maybe you want the most popular package of all. Everybody that really understands math understands to spend $500 to get $6,300 of savings in your purse, in your wallet, in your bank account for the exact same thing that everybody else is walking around doing. You see, when you go and take your video, your pictures that you're taking of the beach, people walking and parasailing and jumping out of this and swimming into that and doing this at night and going through and all the candlelight stuff and all the activities, and you send it home to your friends. What if that was work? What if going to the beach is work? See, it's not really work if you're having fun, is it? Well, I think going to the bank is fun. Helping people experience that and creating a powerful income stream at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're experiencing right now is a world premiere. Go ahead and secure your savings now. Let the person that invited you to this broadcast know this makes so much sense. I want it for myself, and I know some other people that might like it as well. I want to go ahead and not only secure my savings, but I want to go ahead and become a business owner as well. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the team. It's just that simple. Next slide, please. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about you experiencing what you're seeing today and understanding that you are experiencing and witnessing a powerful market shift happening before your eyes. Next slide. What I mean by that is the weather's breaking. People are booking their travel, thinking about going someplace, but they don't know how to pay less for the same thing without a monthly fee and without a big startup cost. It's time for you to really maximize this monumental moment that's right there knocking at your door. And you're going to understand that freedom really is an attitude. It's been my extreme pleasure sharing this information with you, and I certainly hope that you see the opportunity here and that you seize the opportunity here. I can't wait to see you on the beaches of the world. Back to you, Mr. Fleming.
Man, James, you took me there tonight. When you started talking about memories, I just ran across some old pictures 2 days ago of when we were in Switzerland and taking the train from Switzerland to Paris and looking at the countryside, and it just took me there. It just took me right back to that point, man. It's nothing like memories.
And as you're talking about it, I see that smile on your face, man. You can't help it. It's just there. You can see it here. It's there. It's beautiful.
I was relaxed, kicked back on the train, had all this space, and looking at the countryside, and we got to Paris. It was, man, it's just, yeah, travel is it, man. I tell you, y'all got to get ready to do this, man. Great presentation tonight. Thank you, sir. We'll be back here on Tuesday night again. Same channel, same bat station. Also, remember, we're live on YouTube. That's Tava Lifestyle HQ YouTube page. We're live on there. And man, look, before we go out tonight, I want to talk about a person right quick. This guy is a Grammy-nominated songwriter and producer. He wrote songs with was Music Soul Child. He wrote songs for T-Pain, and guess who else he wrote songs for us? And my DJ is about to play it on the way out. So listen to this song. Let's go.
Come with me, with Tava, no places too far. Come with me, with Tava, no places too far to go. We can take you around the world. Catch this flight with me, with Tava, no places too far to go. New places, new faces, yeah, new zip codes. No money, NFTs and plus crypto. Only care cash no more. Digital currency on me. Overseas we back and forth. Round trips all aboard, baby. There's room at the top. We'll save a spot for you. Can't no one limit us, so you should come with me. With Tava, no places too far. Come with me. With Tava, no places too far to go. We can take you around the world. Catch this flight with me. With Tava, no places too far.